let's go into week number 8, Ron. And we'll start with the Sunday games because you made Thursday your upset special, so we'll talk about that. So Baltimore at Cleveland. Baltimore. When I wrote the spread, I couldn't believe it. 10.5, 43.5 is the over and under. Ron, who'd you go with?
I'm going with Baltimore. Listen, I went against them last week against Tampa on the road. I'm not going against them here, even if Jameis Winston's playing this week. And I think that's an upgrade, to be honest, with Watson going down. I'm still going with Baltimore. I'm happy for that Chubb is back. I think Winston will make the offense with Chubb look like competent for the first time. But Baltimore is too powerful for them. They're going to win.
Yeah, I think this is the highest spread this week. Kansas City is at 10.
Detroit,
what's Detroit at?
have 11.
Oh, sorry. Detroit is a high. But I also went with Baltimore. They have an excellent run defense. I don't know about their passing defense, which, talking about the Browns here. Without Nick Chubb, they're like dead in the water. So I think that they're going to stop Nick Chubb.
Well, Chubb is playing. You're saying they're going to stop Chubb?
They're going to stop Chubb. I mean, he might have a decent game, but it's not going to be, being your only offense is not good enough. So I'm definitely picking Baltimore. So we have the Titans at the Lions. 11 is the spread. 43.5 is the over and under. Ron, would you pick?
I'm going with Detroit. Tennessee looked horrible last week, so I'm going with Detroit.
Well, knowing that we threw the Titans out already for our playoff spot, and I feel like last week Detroit was kind of disrespectful. I know Minnesota was undefeated. I know Minnesota has a good defense, but Detroit's offense is finally starting to and I thought for a second when they lost Montgomery, I was like, oh, good. I'm very happy he came back. So I got Detroit winners. I got Arizona at Miami. This is Miami's favorite by 3. 47.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
This one I don't know if, I'm assuming Tua is not playing, right? So I'm going with Arizona here.
Yeah.
But Tua, let me just be clear, makes a huge difference to that offense.
I mean, shout out to another podcast, Mike Lombardi, who named Mike McDaniels this job because he plays the same. He never adjusted to Snoop. He just said, "Hey, Snoop, this is the offense that we're gonna run it." And Snoop was lost. He was like, "What do you want me to do? We owe these weapons." So yes, Tua makes a huge difference, but I went with Arizona as well. Next game, Falcons at the Bucks. ATL is favored by 2.5. It's 46.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
I'm going with ATL. I think it's going to be a close game, though. Even with, especially with, the injuries we talked about with Tampa, I still think they'll find a way to keep the game close. But give me Atlanta.
I was going to go with Tampa Bay, but we talk about all those injuries. Like, I know Tampa Bay has a good running game, but I'm going to go with Atlanta. I know Atlanta just beat Tampa Bay a couple of weeks ago, right? In Atlanta. So I think they're going to make a clean sweep. So I got Atlanta winning this one. Chicago Bears at Washington Commanders. Chicago is favored by 3. Over and under 44.5. Ron, what's your prediction?
Give me the Bears. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about them later when we get to our rankings. Just a preview right there, but give me the Bears. And I don't know if Daniels is, I'm assuming he's playing this week, but I don't care if he plays or not. And I take it Chicago.
This one I'm actually changing to Washington because, like I said before, I'm getting Daniels hype train, and he's delivering. Having a rib injury might hurt him a little bit, but this team, 5-1. I don't know. I have my doubts about Dan Quinn, but not doubting anymore. And Cliff Kingsbury is doing his thing, so I'm gonna go with Washington. Green Bay at Jacksonville. Green Bay is favored by 4.5. 50.5 is the over/under. Ron, was it?
Well, Green Bay, we talked about Jacksonville already. I just think of a team that they got their second win against the Patriots. That's not saying much. I think Green Bay win this one easily, and I'm surprised it's not a bigger spread.
I'm also going with Green Bay. Green Bay actually has a pretty darn good defense. I know that we talk about Love all the time and we talk about Josh Jacobs all the time, but Green Bay has a pretty good defense. So 50.5 seems kind of high, but who knows? Maybe Trevor Lawrence gets in a row, but well, next game is the Colts at the Texans. Texans are favored by 6 points. 46.5 is under. Ron, what's your?
Yeah, give me Houston to win this one. I was high on the Colts beginning of the season. I thought they would be in the playoffs. I think I actually had them winning the division, believe it or not. I was wrong. Richardson is not progressed. He's regressed, if anything. And yeah, Houston should win this one.
Try to warn you, Ron, because he didn't look good in the preseason. Yes, he'll get you 50, 60 yards on the ground, but the dude overthrows people, underthrows. Once in a while, he have a highlight reel where he hits a 60-yarder, but he's just not a quarterback, an NFL quarterback. Sorry. I wouldn't lump him with Fields yet, because Fields actually still has hope. I don't know if Richardson.
Well, Richardson has played, I don't know, 8 games maybe? 9, 10 games?
What did he play, like 1 year in college? 2?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like NFL games. Fields has had, you said you still have hope for Fields. Fields has had 4 seasons now. So.
Well, he's a backup. I don't know if Richardson is even a backup. Like what?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not buying the Richardson stock. I never bought it. I'm gonna sell it if I were you. I'd just get rid of it. The next game, Saints at Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 7. The over number is 46.5. Ron, what's your?
Yeah, I got the Chargers.
I got the Chargers too because we're not sure the Saints are any good. I know the Chargers have a pretty good defense. Their offense is questionable. Even though they have Herbert, he's not 100%, but give me the Chargers. I got Buffalo at Seattle. Buffalo is favored by 3. Over and under is 47.5. Ron, what's your?
Yeah, I'm going with Buffalo. I know they're traveling on the road against a good team in Seattle, but I like Buffalo.
I'm going with Seattle. I think Geno Smith is playing out of his mind. The defense for Seattle is a little questionable, but I think there's hope. I think there's hope for Seattle. So give me Seattle to win this game.
Metcalf's week to week. Keep that in mind.
Jigba is pretty good. I don't know who their tight end is, but he's pretty good. Walker is catching balls left and right. He caught 2 touchdowns this week, so I'm not too. The next game, Eagles at Bengals. Cincinnati's favored by 2.5. 47.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
I'm staring at this because I wrote this down. Philly beating Cincinnati. This game can go either way. I can see Philly playing a good game and winning. And I could also see Cincinnati just blowing them out. I initially wrote Philly, but I think I trust Burrow and that offense more than I do Philly. Even though Barkley had a good game, they seem to be sticking to the run game. And Cincinnati's defense is terrible. I'm going to change this one to Cincinnati.
Last week, I picked the Giants to beat the Eagles, and through like 2 quarters, I think it was 0-0. Punt after punt. I was like, why? You have a top running back on your team. You have 2 Pro Bowl receivers. What is happening? Kellen Moore, what? I know Jalen Hurts is not Dak, right? But come on, man. What is going on? I just don't trust Philly like other people do.
Yeah.
I just don't. So I went with Cincinnati. I think Burrows is figuring it out. I think Chase Brown is actually a pretty good running back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The defense is bad for Cincy, but I think the offense should be better. So I'm going with Cincy. The next game is Panthers at Broncos. Denver is favored by 8 points. 43.5 is your under. Ron, who'd you go with?
I don't trust either of these teams. Let me just be clear. But I would go with Denver here. Carolina has looked atrocious. I think the players are like, I saw something with Deontay Johnson. He's like, he just got on the team. He's ready to leave, basically.
I think they're gonna bring back Bryce Young. 8. I think that was a rumor. I also picked Denver. This is gonna be a very low scoring game. I like the Denver defense. Bo Nix, they haven't let him loose. He does a lot of I was watching the game the other day, Thursday night game, and I was like, what you throwing the ball? He's using his legs a lot.
He's a rookie. I guess he doesn't trust himself yet, but I picked Denver to win this one. The next game, which is the 3rd highest spread, KC at LV. KC's favored by 10. The over-under is 41.5. Ron, who'd you go with? Kansas City. And honestly, I might still go over. Go with the over on this one.
Listen, I think I said on the text chain that we should start respecting Kansas City. Because that's the only reason why they're winning these games.
Yeah.
Because Mahomes is not really blowing the stats. Yes, he has some Mahomes magic plays here and there, but nothing that will blow you away. The receivers are not great.
Yeah.
The running back, Hunt, he was out of football for a year. I don't understand why all of a sudden he's scoring touchdowns left and right, but yeah, undefeated team, can't go wrong. Kansas City. Ron, let's go into our teams.
Oh, you forgot one.
Which one?
Oh, no, that's upset.
Special.
Okay.
So let's go to our team. Let's go to the New York Jets at New England. The spread is 7.5 for the Jets. The over and under is 41.5. Ron, what's your prediction?
I'm going to go with the Jets winning this one, 28-17. Listen, I think the Jets defense will bounce back a little bit. New England, we talked about no running game whatsoever. Jets will make it a little bit difficult regardless to run against them. So I got the Jets winning this one pretty easily.
I got the Jets winning this one, and I just changed my scoring because I feel like calling your team soft is either going to backfire or it's either going to motivate. And I'm going with the backfire in your face. I think the Jets blow them out. I think it's going to be 34-17. And we only get to 17 because of May. Because Van Pelt says, hey, you know what? We're not going anywhere. Might as well just let him throw 40, 50 times. Like, just let them lose. Who cares? Pittsburgh at the New York Giants. 6.5 is the spread for Pittsburgh. 36.5 is the point spread. Ron, what's your prediction?
Monday Night Football, another primetime game for the Steelers. I'm going Pittsburgh to win this one easily, 33-13. I think we go over 30 points again. I think Russ has another good game. I think the defense forces like 2 more turnovers, and we blow them out.
I have almost the identical score, but I have no touchdowns for the New York Giants, because if they thought the Philly defense was tough, wait till the Pittsburgh comes into town. So I got Pittsburgh winning 28-3. This might be a goose egg to be honest. This might be a goose egg.
Nah, it's hard to shut out completely.
Listen, if the Philadelphia Eagles did it, I think Pittsburgh definitely. That defense is stout. They don't have an answer for TJ Watt. It's going to be a 28-3 blowout. And our friend Chris is going to be at this game. He might leave early. Ron, who's your upset special?
So I went with the Minnesota at the Rams game. Minnesota favored by 3.5. Listen, I think Minnesota is a really good team. I love what Flores has done with the defense. I love what Darnold has done at the quarterback position. Jefferson, hands down, the best receiver in the league. They traded for a running back, I believe, right?
Aaron Jones Jr.?
Oh, so they have Jones. I thought they brought in someone. Aren't they the ones who brought Akers too?
Yeah, but I don't think he's ready.
Yeah. Listen, the team is Minnesota stacked, but the Rams are still a good team, offensively at least. Stafford is a very, very, very good quarterback. Kyron Williams a good running back. I just have a sneaky suspicions that the Rams going to pull up the upset here. 26-24 is what I have.
Even after they just lost to Detroit, you don't think they're going to be upset?
They would, but they will. Doesn't mean it is going to be a win.
Yeah, I like Minnesota and this. I think that I know Stafford basically got beat by Goff, who got traded by Stafford, and I just don't see that. I think that Stafford has nobody to throw to. I know that Cooper Kupp is going to play, right?
I think back.
And Kua, I think he's in practice. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think that they have enough talent to get to 26 points. So give me Minnesota. With my upset specials, Sunday night, Dallas coming off a bye week against San Francisco, which we just talked about. They lost their number 1 receiver. I got them winning 28-21. I don't even know if San Francisco gets to 21, but I think Dallas has a lot to prove. Are they a good team? Are they a bad team? First of all, this is not the playoffs, so that it's a point towards Dallas. If this was the playoffs, I would be like, oh yeah, San Francisco bad. But this is a regular game coming off a bye week. Give me Dallas. San Francisco is having a bad year. They need to win more games in the division, in the conference, to like make noise, right? Make themselves be heard. So give me Dallas.